Hello FlossTube, this is Kate Madam Ice and welcome back to my FlossTube channel. Today is Friday, February 28th, 2020, so tomorrow is Leap Day. I'm not doing any new starts or anything for the Leap Day, but I know a bunch of you guys are, so I'm super excited to see all the things that you guys decide to start out there. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you don't want to hear about cross stitch, this is the wrong place for you. I just want to thank you guys for stopping by today. I'm super happy you decided to come and give me a visit today. Let's see, I am just going to be talking about whips. I have a little bit of haul. I don't have any finishes or anything, so we'll see. I kind of don't have much to talk about, but I wanted to stop in and say hello. I went and got my hair trimmed today. I'm the type of person who doesn't like to go get my hair done very often. The last time I went and got it done was October, which is really not that long for me. The time before that was the previous September, so over a year in between haircuts, which is kind of my more normal, but I didn't want to waste a good hair day, so I needed to come and say hello and give you guys an update. Anyways, let's just jump in with whips because you guys probably don't want to hear about my hair. So first thing I'm going to show you is my Mother's Tree. Progress on Mother's Tree. This is by Lavendar and Lace. This is just the cover photo. Ooh. There we go. And this is where I am. I just took it off the scroll rods because I'm switching to put Eliza Cox on the scroll rods. And you can kind of see through it, but this is where I am. I have the first two names, which was my goal. So if you're new, I am trying to get this done for my grandmother, my maternal grandmother this year. So my goal for January was to stitch the tree, which I somehow amazingly did that. I had no idea what I was getting into when I decided I was going to do that. And then if I stitch 2 names per month, 2 to 3 names per month, then I should be on track to finish it on time and get it framed and everything. So I finished my 2 for February and I started the date for my 3rd one. Now this is my great times 12 grandmother, so I charted out all the way down to my grandma's name, and I'm going to stop with her, and that is 13 names. So 2 of 13 done. Woo. Next up, not that one. Next up, I'll show you Eliza Cox. So this is by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. And I haven't put it on the scroll rods yet, but right after this video I will. And here she is. I feel like my husband would be so disappointed right now. What's the show with Tool Time? And I can't even remember. Tim Allen. I just kept thinking Scott Calvin because of the Santa Claus. With Tim Allen, I don't remember what the show is called, but there's the neighbor guy who peeks over the fence. That's what I feel like. Anyways. So here she is. This is the big center rose in the middle, and I am loving it. I'm loving all these sweet pinks that are in here. I'm loving this piece. I always am happy when I get her out and stitch on her. And I never know why I don't stitch on her more. But I feel that about most of my pieces. So, you know. Okay, next up is... Oh, I didn't iron things today. So, well, what can you do? This is Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. I'm doing this as the 12 months of Halloween style with Katelyn from A Stitch for Mom. And here I am. This is going to drive me nuts. So what we do is we stitch one rule a month. So the Scarecrow is February's rule. So I was able to finish that up and get some more of the border stitch. That floss is called Trick or Treat by Weeks Dye Works. And it is wonderful. I'm really liking this. Plus, I think that's just funny. Scarecrow. Anyways. And that's mostly so it's not the called for colors, but it's the called for color scheme. I brightened them up. So, in other words, if there was an orange charted, I chose an orange, but it's a brighter orange than the one that was called for, or a brighter yellow, or etc., etc. So, I have the conversion actually written down for this one. If you guys stuck around for my Christmas rules, or you remember it, that I converted and I did a blue conversion, and that there's not like a direct conversion. I just chose a bunch of flosses that I like the colors, and as I stitched, I just picked and chose from that group. So it's really hard for me to give anyone a conversion on it. For this one, I can give you a conversion. I did it more directly. I do put one color of DMC Etoile in each block, so there's one little shiny element in each, but that is that. Next up is a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads. This one's called Winter Wonderland. There we go. It's super sweet. And this is my oldest whip, actually. There was a challenge to stitch on your oldest whip, and I didn't know which one was my oldest whip. And so I had to look it up, and this one's it. I filled in some of this, filled in this tree, I think from the last time you saw it. So we're making pretty good progress on it. Haven't done any beading. I always wait till the end to do the beading. Alright, next up is my Radioactive Dragonfly from Tiny Modernist. It's called Dragonfly Pillow if you're just listening and not watching, but I just call it Radioactive Dragonfly. And it's in the Q-snap. I'm getting close on this one to being done. It's about to enter the mofo phase. I can feel it. If you haven't heard me say that term before, it's what I call mostly finished object. That's what mofo stands for. And with almost every project, when I get close to the end, I tend to get really annoyed by it, and I tend to start really not liking it. For whatever reason, it's just a mental thing. My husband likes to say it's because when I get towards the end of the project, I'm just mad that it's not done. Like, it's close, but it's not done, and that frustrates me. I don't know. But I can feel it. That's about to start happening with this one. I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed. But really all that I have left is each of these three corners. I've got just little bits to fill in on those flowers. And I've got just the skinny body part in the dark gray. A couple more X's to fill in. And then there's a whole lot of backstitch in the wings. And I think that I'm actually going to do some couching on it instead of backstitching. And I'm probably going to watch Mary Rose's video at least 5 times on how to do couching because I've never done it before. Oh, that's Mary Rose from Stitch Bliss Corner. Hi, Mary Rose. I would encourage you to check her out. She has videos where she talks about artists, and that's not cross-stitching related, but it's still super interesting. I love listening to hear like the history of a given artist for the day, you should go check her out. And she also does a lot of beautiful cross stitching. But all these wings, that's what I was talking about. So I think it would be good to try to do couching around these wings, because if you can see, I don't know if it's going to focus really. I just think that it will look smoother around the edges of the wings if I couched instead of backstitched, and like the longer pieces in here. It's kind of hard to see on this picture, but in the chart, you know, there's like one long vein on the wing, and I think I'm going to try couching them instead of backstitching. I don't know how many times I'm going to say the word couching either, but anyways, so that's where I am on the radioactive dragonfly. And I was hoping to get this done in January. Then I decided it would be okay if I finished it in February. Now it's the end of February and still not done. Anyways. Next up is A Spooky Night to All by The Primitive Hare. And this came from the Halloween stitching retreat at Sassy Jack's last October 2019. And I am also entering the Mofo stage on this one. So here we are. All I have is to finish the border. So if you look, the border is black, orange, black. So I have the top bit done, but I still have, you know, parts to fill in for the rest of it, and then back stitching, and then this guy's done. It's another one I wanted to have done in January, and then January passed and it wasn't done, and then I said I would have it done this month, but I didn't. That's really okay. I think, well, I know why it is. It's because I am in the Enchanted Stitching and School of Magical Stitches Facebook groups, and because of those groups I get out a wide variety of projects all the time instead of focusing on them. So if I had just focused on those two projects, I would have had them done this month for sure, but then I wouldn't have gotten out all the other amazing projects that I also love to work on. So I'm not mad about it. They'll get done. They'll probably get done soon too, but you know. Speaking of projects that I probably wouldn't have gotten out as much, this is Beauty and the Beast from the Disney Dreams collection. And this is my last whip for you today. And here I am. You guys, I love this piece. I have so much fun stitching on it. So I don't remember where I was during the last video, but I think I was like on this diagonal right here. So I've gotten quite a bit done since the last time that you guys have seen it. It's all in the top corner there. Here, I'll hold it up close. And something about this full coverage stitching, it's just so methodical and wonderful. I love stitching on it. I was going to try to get one more square stitched on it before I filmed this video, but I put on the Lego Masters show, and I've never watched it before, but I put on the first episode and I couldn't look away. I just watched the show. I was going to stitch on this the whole time during that first episode and I didn't put a single stitch in. If you haven't watched the show, I've only watched the first episode, but it seems like it's pretty fun. Anyways, back to cross stitching. Before I show you my haul really quick, I wanted to, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Cocohamas Stitchery. I think it's Stitchery. Her name is Rocio. If I said that with the correct flair, shall we call it? But anyways, she's super cute. I love her. She lives in the Bahamas and she's got really good cute energy, and her dog Gazpacho is so cute, and I love hearing her say her name. And I just love hearing about what their life is like on the island, and I just love everything about her. So if you haven't gone and checked her out, I would recommend her. Then this, ready, I don't like to be negative on my video, so I'm going to try really hard not to be too negative. But I have a little bit of a beef. And it's mostly a beef with myself, and myself not understanding how Instagram worked. But I thought that it might be worthwhile to say it out loud in a video so that if you don't know, you won't get caught in the same trap as I did. Okay, so I took part in the Stitch 9 challenge last year, and it was super fun, and I completed all 9 of my projects, and that was hosted by Michelle of Farm Girl, and it was a wonderful challenge, and she did great. I know she got kind of, it was a little bit overwhelming, I think, the response to that challenge. She wasn't expecting that many people, but she did a great job with it, and ultimately, I'm just really glad that I had that challenge because it made me get these 9 projects done and out of the way, and it really pushed me to get them done, and that's great and everything. But in order to be entered, like, you completed the challenge, you got entered into a drawing with some prizes, and that's amazing. That is, you know, she didn't have to do that, but she chose to, and that's great. And to enter, you post your 9 projects, and you tagged a hashtag. And what I did not realize, which is why I have beef with it, which is with me and my understanding of Instagram, is if you have your account set to private and you do a hashtag, only people that follow you, that you've accepted to follow you, can see that post under the hashtag. And I know that kind of makes sense, but I did not think about that. So I did the things that I was supposed to do. I put the hashtag and everything, but because she does not follow me, which I don't expect her to, but because she doesn't follow me, she was unable to see my entry. So she ended up giving a prize to everyone who participated because there were not very many people that completed the challenge, but she didn't even know that I did. And it's just good to know. So if your account is set to private like mine is, which I'm not going to make it public because I already have creepy guys that are clearly like Russian bots or something. They add me all the time anyways. So if I had a public account, I wouldn't catch them and delete them. So I'm not going to make it public. But if you have a private account and you try to enter something like that where you enter by doing a hashtag, they're not going to be able to see it unless they follow you. And that's it. So we're going to move on from that, but just PSA. Let's see some haul, okay? Sorry, if you can hear, Stella's walking around down the hallway. Josh is still at work, so usually he watches Stella while I'm doing a video, and I just shut my door, but not today. Anyways, so first of all, I got my Just Cross Stitch, my new Just Cross Stitch magazine. There weren't as many things about this one that excited me. There are a few cute things, but it's not like the last one. I'm not going to flip through it because, like I said, not much excited me. I got, so Ori TM, if you've heard of her before, she does the Quaker Alice that everyone loves. She decided to release her patterns again and start selling them again. So I ordered 2 of them. I did not get Alice because it's just not my style. I know people go gaga over it. It's not my style. Anyways, I did get 2. So this one's super funny. I love it. It's called Reindeer X Mess by Ori TM. And look at that. Look at that reindeer with the lights. It's just so cute. And he's got a little Quaker butt. I mean, What's not to love about a Quaker butt? I mean, it's just so cute. I love it. And then I ordered Snowy Christmas Quaker style. I just thought this one was pretty. Yeah, it's just pretty. So I only got those 2 charts from RTM. Then I got the Baby It's Cold Outside from Heartstring Samplery that everyone is stitching right now. I just really like this design. I don't have intentions of stitching it right at this second, but it is super cute. And then I have one more piece of haul, and it's kind of funny. Well, I think it's funny. You guys might be rolling your eyes about it, but I was thinking about cross-stitching when I was younger, and I distinctly remember going to sorry, neighbor just got home, so Stella's barking. Anyways, what can you do? Anyways, I remember going to a Ben Franklin when I was younger and getting a cross-stitch kit, and I had kind of forgotten about it. I don't even know how old I would have been. Maybe 8 or 9, 10. I don't know. But, I mean, we used to go to Ben Franklin all the time and get kits of random craft supplies. Like I did some latch hook and whatever random craft kits. We would go there all the time. Maybe not all the time, but, you know. And I remember getting this kit, and I could picture it in my head, and I remembered what it said. And it's a weird saying, and it's a weird kit. And I remember when I bought it, my mom was like, "This is what you want?" And I was like, "Yep, that's what I want." And I also remember taking it on vacation to the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri and stitching on it there. And I remember getting extremely frustrated because my threads all knotted up on me. And so I just had a big tangled, messy knot. I think I screwed up somewhere in the pattern, and I remember being frustrated by it, and I remember throwing it away because I was so mad about it. And then I didn't pick up cross stitching again till whenever I started cross stitching 2018. 2018. So, you know, a while later. Anyways, and so I was like thinking about this chart, and then I decided I would look and see if it still existed or if I could even locate what it is called. I didn't remember what it was called. And anyways, I found it. I found it on eBay, and it was only like $5. And so I decided to get it because I don't know. It just makes me smile because I was so weird. Why did I pick this? Anyways, now that I've kept you waiting, it's called Till the Cows Fly Home, and it has like the little frame in it. I remember that I chucked the whole thing because I was frustrated because I had messed something up or whatever. And it's weird. I'll keep stitching till the cows fly home. I mean, yeah, I will. I'll just keep stitching till the cows fly home. What else can you say? I don't know if I'll ever stitch it. It's just funny to have. And on that note, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a pretty short video for me, but I really just don't have much else to share with you. That's all my whips. No finishes. Got a little bit of haul. Oh, Market's coming up. I haven't pre-ordered anything. I'm so overwhelmed. I want so much. So it's unrealistic the amount of things that I would like to pre-order. And then I know that there's going to be things that are out at Market that they aren't releasing pictures of right now, and that I'll also want afterwards. So I decided I'm just not going to pre-order anything, and I will peruse when Market's over. I'll peruse all the things that came out and make some good educated decisions about what I want and how much, and try to keep a budget and all that. Anyways, yeah, so really I think that is it. thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me and visiting. And I hope you decide to stop by again. And yeah, thank you so much. I love you all. Bye.